Hey folks, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I hope I clicked all my buttons because genuinely I am not paying good enough attention to exist today. But here we are. I hope y'all are having a wonderful evening. First things first, Plumberry Muffin, pat yourself on the back. You are the first viewer to redeem first this stream, so you get to be first. And also, Plum, thank you so much for redeeming word of the stream. Mooshes are forever. This moosh especially is very forever. We have made it last several games, and moosh is going to be our best friend forever. So that makes sense. But also it was a Bond reference, and that's very funny. So welcome in, everybody. I've had multiple conversations about James Bond today, and I'm trying to remember that I'm playing Zelda. I am not playing GoldenEye. I am not playing anything even remotely like well, I guess you could argue this is sort of like a spy game. There's a lot of infiltration, at the very least. But I'm trying to remember that I'm playing a Zelda game, which is fine. We're fine. Oh no, you have a question. Hello SMK, hello Kate, welcome in. Oh, I was just excited to see you, Kate. It's true. I didn't make it to the exclamation point, so it doesn't look as clear as it might have. But I was just excited to see you because I feel like it's been a while. The Game Boy game for James Bond is in fact a Zelda-esque RPG. Fascinating. I did not even know that was a thing. Now that we know Ocarina of Time is coming, does that become part of the marathon? That is a fantastic question, Plum, for a couple of reasons. The first being, I did already accidentally jump over Minish Cap, and at some point I'm going to have to go back to Minish Cap because it wasn't available at the time that I was making the list. I don't think it was on NSO yet, but then they put it on and I forgot to add it, and so I accidentally just jumped over it. And so do I have to put it in by release date, and therefore do I have to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom first? And do I have the patience for that? And it also depends a little bit on whether or not I even get it, because I want to see more about it. They didn't show any gameplay. They just showed enough to see that it is a remake. And so it is a remake in the style of the Link's Awakening remake, which I did quite like. I assume it'll be the same story. I assume it'll be the same dungeons. There are a couple of key things. The first being, I actually do want to know if they've changed anything. But the second, and this is more important, I need to know if they've updated the graphics on the Skulltulas in that game. Because I have had it up to here with the dumb spiders. And so if I look at their Skulltulas and it freaks me out, I might not even buy the game. Because the Skulltulas only freak me out a little bit. Like, I can feel it slowly, especially if I do a run where I collect all the golden Skulltulas, because those ones are sketchy. Those ones really set me off. The wall ones are scarier to me than the ones that drop from the ceiling, but the ones that drop from the ceiling tend to surprise me, which is super bad for my heart. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm waiting on, is what do those look like? And depending on what those look like, I'll probably get it. And if I get it, am I even going to wait for it, or am I just going to play it again? Because I do find some satisfaction in the completion of a long marathon, but I also am just playing games for fun, and so why don't I just play the games that I'm interested in? I would love it if they did a Majora's Mask remake as well. Like, I think that would be so much fun to have both of them on the same console again. So good. I have to write Mooshes are forever. And I keep forgetting that my chalkboard's on my lap because I'm having a really fun time talking about this. I do wish that they would make a new Zelda game in that style. Yeah, that's fair. It's okay that you haven't been in a social mood, Kate. I just miss you sometimes. That's all. Voila. There you go, Plum. There's your word of the stream. And yeah, it would be lovely to catch up. I'm glad you like Minish Cap. I am very unfamiliar with it, and so I'll have to try it. But I've struggled, I think, in general with the Game Boy games. You miss you sometimes too, Kate. Yes. Hello. Hi, Loki. Gosh, it's lovely to see you. I mean, it's lovely to see everybody, but it is a wonderful Wednesday. I'm doing my best. Yes. So, Plum, I totally understand that. I absolutely also have the open world fatigue from so many games that are just doing that. Like, I have it from Lego. I didn't want it in my Zelda. And so it will be nice to play the game again, even though I know the story, even though I know the beats. Zelda's always a fun game to play, even when you know what to do. Like, I would argue it's actually more fun when you know what to do and you're just trying to accomplish it, because the moon logic in this game is real, and every once in a while you're just like, I don't know what you want from me, game. So replayability very high in the Legend of Zelda franchise, and I do think it will be fun to play just a good old traditional feeling Zelda again with the dungeon format, but I do wish they'd make me a new one. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll have like extra dungeons or something. You don't want OOT to be Breath of the Wild, because that's not what it is, but you would appreciate the freedom to go a few more places earlier. That's fair. I wonder how much work they'll do on the remake. That's what I'm most curious about. Like, are they thinking of this primarily as a graphical and coding update where they are just making this game compatible again with a new system? Or are they genuinely like, hey, we can make this better. There's some things we can do. There's some stuff we can add. There's some features we can put in. I wonder if they'll add a different collectathon other than the Golden Skulltulas. I mean, collectathons are big right now, but I also don't want too many of them in a single game. I'm very picky about the things that I like, but I'm also very flexible, and I play a lot of things that are fine. The format was it moving forward, but you know, you don't have to. Yeah, they really need to... Guys, I didn't need that anyway. Yeah, I really think they need to dial back on that a little bit. Because, like, even Pocopia sort of gave me decision paralysis. And it has a lot more structure than the standard open world. But Majora's Mask is gonna be great. Honestly, Majora's Mask, so unlike Ocarina of Time, which I go, hey, you could probably make some changes. Like, Majora's Mask, perfect game exactly as it is. Maybe we could have a few more hints on some of the masks. But, like, perfect game exactly as is, just give me that again. Just fully remake that one. I would play it. They've just missed the window. It's a shame. Well, we're supposedly playing some Zelda tonight, apparently. This is me. Yeah, I also feel that awkward, Link. That's it precisely. That right there is the horse we rode in on, and by horse I mean boar. This dungeon is Arbiter's Grounds. I did like half of it. And then I had to use the terrifying chicken, so look away if you don't want to see this bit. Babe, I never want to go anywhere near your mama, but I guess. Every game ever is coming out in September. That's fantastic. That's gonna work so well for you. Make sure you coordinate all of your various people that are giving you presents so that you don't get duplicates. Ugh. Ugh. So terrifying. Such a scary girl. Does it have arbitrary puzzles? I might have lost the plot, Plum. What is it? Wait. What room am I in? This whole thing is one room? Arbitrary. Okay. All right. I see you. You know what, Plum? I am too well conditioned to respect different people's what they bring to the table of communication that I saw that went, oh, I know what that word is. Don't worry about like the misspelling. I can understand the communication anyway. As a result, I fully missed the communication that you were making. I'm sorry about that. That was a very good pun. And if I didn't have this like loaded in autocorrect to be like arbitrary, that's what you're saying, I might not have needed your help to see it. So thank you for helping me unpack that. Much appreciated. So this kind of sucks because, like, this was a whole thing with spikes and everything. We're gonna wolf it, right? Hello? Oh. Yeah, no, they do still exist. So now I have to remember the path. Yes, yes, dear. Oh, hold on. Wrong button. That's the button. Okay. So I think if we run around as Wolf, Wolf is gonna remember where the spikes are, even when they're not up. The invisibles. They're so awful. Okay. We have to... Oh, dang! That guy's back. Chat, I didn't remember about that guy. Is he laying down again? Nope, he is not. Well, shoot. Well, shoot. Guess we gotta waste a couple of bombs. Ooh. Money. Okay. I genuinely did not like this room, and I had to do it last time. And I thought it was going to bring me back to where the chicken was, who was all the way at the end of this big, long room. I thought that this door that I'm working on right now, I thought this one counted as a door, so I was expecting to be on the other side of it. What if there's more of those terrifying dudes? I only have 5 bombs. Guys! What do I do when I run out of bombs? That's fine. What I do... is I have to decide for myself. Okay, so we have to go all the way around. Nope, none of these are bombs, guys. I really wish this game were friendlier about drops. That's a thing that I've noticed basically since Ocarina Majora's Mask. Though I guess Wind Waker wasn't bad at it. Twilight Princess is terrible at drops. It does not want me to have anything. It wants me to constantly feel this like slight pinch of almost running out of things. And I am not here for that. I mean, I'm clearly here for that because I am playing the game. However, we are not here for that. much better. Okay. We'll be a person again, I think, briefly. Remind me of what this one is? Oh. Right. The room with all the spinny tops. Okay. I wonder... Because the wolf is just better in the quicksand. Like, still not perfect. I'll just do this a whole bunch, I guess. Are there less of them? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let them all clamber on, and then we do that. There's still more. Maybe the human is better at dealing with them. Okay. Maybe we can do this quickly. Yes. Okay. It is interesting that the wolf is slightly better at quicksand. Doesn't make him perfect at it, but it is interesting. We get a few extra steps as the wolf. And he doesn't have as much of an immediate speed cost, I think. So all of that just to catch up to where I was before, chat. Silly. If I'd realized that, I might have walked through this door before using the chicken. Because I don't have to use the chicken. Like, once I find the chicken, I can use the chicken anywhere in the dungeon. So I might have walked through this door first so that it, like, saves my progress in the start of this room, but I get so nervous about new rooms in dungeons. Like, what if something horrible is right in front of me? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Come on, all y'all. I guess we just have to run? This is a very... Oh, there's 2 directions. There's at least 2 directions. Interesting. And we don't quite know if there's gonna be enemies or not. Technically. It's not right at the edge. Okay. So that's a gate. That's a alcove. But I can pop in here. And yeah, standing on the tile with the book. Oh my gosh, my camera is going wild. Okay, chat. I am seeing 2 piles of bones. Which is awkward because that means I'm gonna need a bomb. Hello? Thank you. Much quicker. You couldn't imagine a room like this in Breath Tears unless they deactivate the climbing? Oh, because you could just, like, cheese everything. You can go anywhere. But this type of room and puzzle only works in the old games, especially given Link's limitations and tools. Yeah, so that is an element that is, like, fundamentally different about open world games versus something like this. Like, if in theory you can go anywhere, sure, it got easier to run around in Pocopia when I could fly, but, like, I could punch things almost right from the beginning. And so, like, I could always carve myself stairs to get to anything I wanted to if I just was willing to punch it all. And so it's not the intended way of getting to many of these places, but they can't really lock you out. And so you have to have other things that structure why you do what you do and where you go. And I do think Pocopia did that well. But I haven't played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, so I cannot weigh in on those. But I think it's a really good point. Like, I actually love the structure of a game where getting a new tool lets you do something new. I enjoyed this specifically in the two-dimensional Zelda games, where it was, like, really easy to see. You would walk onto a screen and you can't interact with it because you don't have the right item. Okay, so you leave the screen and try to find that item, and when you get that item, aha, I can now do this thing or go to this place. Poison Darth Frog, welcome in. It is lovely to see you. It is dangerous to go alone. Take some skulls to talk to. That is a spectacular suggestion, sir. And I did want to make sure that you knew, Poison Darth Frog, that you were the last, and you were also the last week, which is different from being the last. You're also the first and last this time, so far, maybe. At least for now. But it's lovely to see you. Happy Wednesday. This is interesting. So there's a gate. I'm worried that that gate's going to be timed and I'm going to have to, like, run, which I would not enjoy. Oh, there's another pile of bones there. How close do I have to get? Uh-oh, don't drown. Closer than that. The last at long last. Hello? Okay, thank you. I just needed him to be alive so that I could do that. Oh, okay, not timed. Enemies. Gotcha. These spear traps are somewhat terrifying. Thanks for the arrows, I guess, but I wanted bombs? Ooh, you saw Mandalorian? How was that? I'm assuming based on the fact that that's a positive face that you enjoyed it. Oh, there's a whole sinkhole up there. Interesting. Well, we don't want to go there then. Okay, well, since you can't seem to swing a sword, how badly do I need the money? Look, take a skull with you to talk to. Or as, depending. That was a funny perspective. I love how he carries it, like, kind of to the side of his shoulder. I also love how it's, like, bigger than my torso. And the teeth line up, chat. You were right, Poison Darth Frog. Take some skulls to talk to. I saw Man a DeLorean once. The time travel plot was a bit weird for a Star Wars trek. I mean, it was a trek, certainly. And one might suggest that the amount of bullying in it could be called a war, if you ignore, you know, a few key features of what a war is. Anyways, you're hilarious, Plum. As you well know. Give me so much, but not what I wanted. I'm a nervous sort. Okay, so let's assume I jump. And let's hope... Oh! We do not jump. Aha! Awful. Awful. I'm just gonna let them build up. Because I'm worried that this will, like, collapse under me. Yep. Come on. Come on, Link. We're going. We're going this way. We're doing this. I really wish all those guys had showed up before. Yep, yep, yep. Come here, little skitters. We're gonna do a whole murder. A murder of beetles? Couldn't find a skull, and so you did. Ooh, face. Yeah, you know what? It does kind of look like he's carrying him exactly the same way. Well done. Mandalorian versus Groglit. Sega Genesis Evil Gelatin, your favorite anime? Evangelion. You know what? That is pretty funny. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Poison Dart Frog. Oops. Back. Let's not waste a bomb. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Poison Dart Frog. I am also glad that your parents enjoyed it. Come on. Thank you. Don't fall too fast. I would like very much. Okay, am I just jumping and trying not to get impaled on the spears beneath me? Yep, I guess I am. Is it weird that I'm fundamentally suspicious of this wall? I don't think it's a real wall. I don't think these are real walls. But I don't know what to do about that. So many spears. Don't fall too fast, 'cause I'm having such a good time. I'm out of control. Yeah, that's funny. It wasn't intentional, but thank you for noticing, Kate. Lothlorien versus Gregory. Oh my goodness, I don't remember if I said something last week. I watched, Kim Menzel and I are going through our list of everything that we've ever liked in movies and TV, and we're doing it consecutively. And we just got to the extended edition of Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, and so we watched it, and then we watched all 4 of its commentaries, which are full length for the movie, no edits. And so I watched that movie 5 times. Lothlorien versus Gregory, indeed. I don't know who Gregory is, but I bet Lothlorien won. Okay, they really want me to have arrows right now. And I really want bombs! Okay, what are we looking at in terms of the mini-map? Well, there's a chest in the room ahead of us. And there's a room that way. But I can't get to it because I can't get across the sand. Huh. That is very interesting. I am not sure what to make of that yet. What are you even doing? I'm not sure I've I wonder if they're good. I would love to hear Peter Jackson explain the Hobbit trilogy. Like, what happened, man? For some reason, I'm nervous. Sega Genesis Evil Gelatin is slightly less funny now that we're actually getting a Sonic and Evangelion crossover. I still think it's pretty funny. Oh. Oh. Chat. I think we're in a mini boss room. So the problem is I've been locked in because I don't know about any of all y'all, but if I walked into a room and I saw this, let me tell you, my instincts would be, how about I don't cut any of those ropes with sigils on them that are clearly operating as seals to keep whatever this thing is contained? How about I don't? I don't cut these things. I'm not going to cut these things. Why would I cut these things? But since it's just a sword covered in talismans, it's fine. Thanks, Kate. But they locked the door behind me, which is super rude of them. And that means I have to progress. And therefore, I have to cut the sword free. And like anyone in any reality can tell you, this is a terrible idea. Don't do this. If you ever in your life, chat, life lessons here. If you ever in your life walk into a room and you see a sword that is tied down and staked to the floor with talismans all over the ropes, just leave. Don't cut it free. Don't do that thing. They're just seals of approval. It means it's a good sword. You should take it. If this were Wind Waker, I would dive into this boss so fast because of the potential that after I kill the boss, the sword will fall and I'll be able to pick it up. And nothing is funnier than Child Link picking up swords that are 4 times his height and just yeeting them across the room. And so, like, if this were Wind Waker, I would go right for it. I mean, the door locked behind you. You're not evil, right? So what are the chances that this is evil? I'm going to touch on that in a second. Have you considered it could just be an innocent person? Touch a spooky sword, gotcha. Plum, you're learning all the wrong lessons from me. So here's the thing, Kate. But the sword is so cool looking. You want to be cool, right? Chat, are you bullying me into cutting the sword loose to see what happens? Because let me tell you, I will do it. I will definitely do it. I'm very suggestible. Please just suggest. So Kate, the door locked behind me. Sure, great argument. It locked behind me. I am not evil. However, the door wasn't locked. Which means the door locked behind me, but was not locked in general. And so that actually implies that the sword is a different type of thing than the me. Because the sword being in here meant the door was unlocked, and me being in here means the door is locked. So, to take your point one further, Kate, have we considered that maybe I'm the bad guy in this game? Obligatory laughter. Thank you. Thank you. Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Give in. All the cool kids give in. Gotta cut it loose. Cut loose. Cut loose. Kick off the boss fight blues. I got you, Poison Darth Frog. I understood. I got there. Touch sword, start science, unleash ultimate evil, have regrets, successful day trip to Creepy Temple Tomb in Creepy Desert with Goblin King. Honestly, Plum, correct. I am grave robbing. I'm doing a crime. Okay, that's convinced me. So what I know about this is it is a giant sword in an evil dungeon of ghosts and mummies. And this dungeon has given me many, many arrows right before this room, but no bombs. So what I'm saying is, if I need bombs to kill this thing, I'm gonna be mad. I do not... Oh no! Oh, chat, we didn't even have to do it more than once. Uh-oh! Spaghetti-o. Okay. So cannot see. Which, to be fair, cannot see is the thing the dungeon has taught me. Oh, hello! Who are you? Interesting. Okay. I don't know if the miasma's gonna hurt me, but I have fought ghosts before. Oh, I hate it! Oh dear. Oh dear heavens. Hello? Nope, 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 wrong button. I am a victim of wrong button. Hello? I want to shoot him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, back! Back, back, back. Ah! 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 What is going on? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I think I understand. He's gonna go around. And then he's going to... Ah! Okay. Okay. I think I understand the assignment. And or the format, maybe? I can do better than that. Okay. Get this out. I hate this boss. Sorry. I need to be so very clear. This boss is creeping me out so hard. It is not a spider, however, which means it's better than it could be. He's so creepy. He's so creepy. Oh, Plum, good night. Oh no, I unleashed ultimate evil magic floating sword. Such a good thing that you can go to your bed and not face any consequences. Good night, good night, good night. Sleep well. Did that thing explode into a flurry of bats? Vampire boss sword? What have you done? Why would you do that? This is spectacular. This is my favorite chat experience ever. Y'all just pressured me into doing it, and then as soon as I did it, y'all were like, oh no! The others are clearly fake. The glowing means it's friendly! Must be. Does it make a difference, though, Loki, if it glows red as opposed to if it glows a friendlier color? Now that being said, I did have an argument today with someone that red was meaningless, but that requires a lot more context than what I have delivered. Yay, successful pressure. Bedtime, good night. Red is more evil than blue, that's what old cartoons taught you. See, wait, hold on, but what about new cartoons? And red versus blue, which one's evil? And Star Wars, okay. But red is more evil than blue, but not as evil as green? Okay, no, but I have to ask, is that just a joke, or is that actually a meme or reference to something that I'm not catching right now? Red is more evil than blue, but not as evil as green. Green is the most evil if we're using Star Wars logic? I mean, green is also evil in Disney. Green's pretty dang evil in Disney. So I can see this. Green, every villain is a lime. Nazguls! Yes! Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm convinced. I should have understood that the glowing red was a signal that this was friendly. I apologize for killing our new friend. Oh, I'm so sorry, new friend. The good news is, new friend was already a ghost, which means probably they're not fully dead. Maybe I just, like, let them out to play. The Green Ranger was originally evil. I didn't know that, actually. Also, if you go with medieval times logic, here's a reference for Southern Ontarians. Medieval times logic, for about the first 2 decades of my life, the Green Knight was always evil. I mean, we can't even go with the logic of he's a skeleton. We have a mentor who's a skeleton in this. Yeah, there. I don't think there is such a thing as permanent death in this game. Okay, so we get... I don't know why I'm so creeped out by this. We get the chest, right? Why is there a dip? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. I can go down, but I can't go up. Okay, so that thing's gotta be the dungeon item. Not just because I fought a mini-boss, but because... Explain yourself. What are you? What is this item, Chet? Link is wearing green, and he's only a good boy when he's not wearing it. No wonder! Oh my gosh, Chad, I understand what happened! The glowing red was a signal that it was a friend, but when he woke up, he looked at me, and I'm wearing green! And so of course he went, oh, that must be the villain, because I'm obviously the evil one here, and so he attacked me! I'm so sorry, dude. That was totally on my fashion choices. Man, we didn't even need to kill the sword guy. I got a Beyblade! Actually, yeah. It does kind of look like a Beyblade. It lets me float? We can part the Red Sea just like Moses. This is canon to Beyblade. I can well believe it. They totally would. A Metal Gear. Solid prize. Chat, y'all are real funny today. Press the assigned button while riding to attack enemies with spin power? Chat, I have a lot of questions. What? Oh my Lanta, it is just a Beyblade. I love it. And I'm curious. Yup. I love it. Turns out it's just how you carry on a conversation and show that you're listening in Japan by repeating the word the person said as a question. Rolling your hand at the speed of sound. This is beautiful. There's not anything I'm missing in this room, right? No, and the mini-map does not say I have any prezzies. Oh! Oh, Chad, I get it. Hold up. This explains... So, Kate, this explains so much of, like, anime that I've heard. Because, like, I can parse the language that I'm listening to even when I'm looking at subtitles. And so sometimes what I hear and what I'm like seeing on the screen doesn't match, and I assume that's because it's a proper translation that is trying to convey the intentionality of the original language in English, which is a very different sort of language. And there is a lot of repetition. Obligatory. Let it rip. Yeah, that was obligatory. Thank you for participating in that and making sure that it was in the chat. I can now pinball my way through enemies. I can. How are you doing? Doing? Hilarious. It will be impossible to unsee, but I think I'm okay with that. Once again, they gave me more arrows. You know what? In hindsight, I should have said this. That was a good mini boss fight. And there haven't been a lot of good boss fights in general in this game, and so I need to give credit where credit is due. I was pretty stressed out during the fight because, frankly, as per usual, the enemy is terrifying and will give me nightmares, and I have no desire to, like, remember anything about that. And so I was very focused on get through the things so that this can be off my screen, because I'm frightened. And that didn't give me a lot of time to explore what was going on in terms of the actual gameplay mechanics, but the gameplay mechanics were actually good because I took the time, I thought it through, I understood what to do, and I even talked out, they gave me arrows outside, and then what happened was we couldn't see the boss, and so I couldn't target the boss, and I was like, okay, but I remember because this dungeon is constantly giving me invisible enemies. This is not the first time. It happens all the time. And so they did, again, give me the information that was specific to this dungeon to figure out how to approach the boss. And then he also wasn't that hard to a certain extent. They could have probably made me do the whole thing around a couple more times if they wanted it to be a final boss instead of a mini boss. But, it followed reasonable rules, and it shocked me a little bit because the movement was really tricky. The boss was out of my view a lot, but the boss does not attack me when he's moving fast or when he's out of my view, per se. And so the point is not this boss is hard, the point is this boss is trying to jump scare you a little bit. And I accept that and I appreciate that. But very specifically, I was told I needed to use the bow, and when I figured out how to use the bow, y'all noticed it because I tried to find the target on it, and it didn't let me target. And I was like, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to shoot now. And so I did a free aim because I haven't been that bad at it. The boss swaying back and forth, that was on purpose. They genuinely were like, nah, boo, you need to free aim this. And that's kind of cool. The fact that they're like, hey, just for this little bit, we're going to remove something that you're used to from you, and we're going to make this predictable, but trickier, and yet still manageable. And I'm like, that's a pretty good boss fight, because that's all of the mechanics that I'm used to, all of the mechanics that I've been shown and taught, and just a hair trickier than I've had to deal with them up till now. But not a step trickier, just a hair. And I don't mind that in a boss fight. I think that's okay. When I looked at all those seals and thought that's one too many seals, it clearly wasn't, because I just ruined one and the whole thing exploded. Oh, that's really interesting logic, I think, for vampire lore. I enjoy that. Ah, and I have read a book about vampires that had similar logic. And so the logic for the lore that I read was the thing that makes it damaging to a vampire is that it is a symbol of faith, which means you do have to have faith in a cross if you are going to use it to harm a vampire. But if you have a different symbol of faith, that symbol of faith would also work. And so there are other reasonable things that could be used to harm a vampire. And that I thought was really interesting. There's some very creative applications. Anyways, I think I've figured out what I'm supposed to do. Whoop! That went a different way than I expected it to. Oops. Okay, and I don't have to jump off. I see. Can I... How do I... Hold on. Am I supposed to spin on the sand? Or is there a way up here? Werewolves only changed if you wanted to change on some level? Interesting. Okay, so what does the jump do? Got it. Okay. Okay. There is actually some control that I have over this, which means prepare to watch me be really bad at it for a while, and let's hope the dungeon doesn't require that I'm good at it, because I won't be. Cool that you can go across quicksand in it. That's nice. Please expect me to navigate all quicksand rooms using that forever. This game just has a Beyblade. Yep. And it's big enough to just, like, be on it. I could have had a spin-off focused on the Beyblade. Embarrassing. Okay, hold up. I just realized I have an item, and so I should save. You have terrible news! Exclamation point? Incognito. Where's the Darth Frog? That's so good. Yes. Oh, really? Well, that's fine. I don't think it had particularly good prizes anyways, so even saving up our points probably would have come to nothing. What a shame. We'll have to find another one. Oh, true. I guess. Fair. We'll find another one, Kate. We'll find another one. A better one. A better one. That one. That one. Sorry, I'm quoting Pirates of the Caribbean now. Okay. I see that I'm gonna have to be kind of good at this. Terrible idea. So I see 2 chests. I need to remember that the A button lets me disembark. And then I guess I'll just have to see what happens next in this room. So you gain speed if you're on a wall or if you, like, bounce off things. Thank you so much for bombs. What is it? A new Starbucks? 'Tis even better. 'Tis a drawing of a Starbucks. Okay, can I... Oop, oop, oop. Nope, not what I was trying to do. Oops. Hello? Press the button, please. Press the button, please. Press the button, please. We're gonna have a terrible time with some of these. What is that noise? Oh. What are we looking at here? Okay, we are looking at a giant statue of a lady who is way too friendly with a snake that has an awful lot of teeth. We can go that way. Or we can go that way. What is that way? Why are there so many ways to go? There's apparently a chest near that statue on the other end of the room. And there's a chest kind of up a bit over there. I don't know what is expected of me, but we're gonna try. Whoop! Can I? Did I? Ace of Heart! Okay, what on earth is going on? Ah, he's still coming at me, which means I need a bomb. Nice. They were very generous with that aim. Oh gosh. Where else am I trying to go? This room is so confusing. Oh, lucky timing. Oh. Okay, so that would let me... Ah, there is a chest down there. And then that is the end goal of the room, which I need to get that way for. Okay, well, let's do the this away. Just waiting for someone to take a photo and claim they saw a UFO, and then some professional debunker is like, that's just Link riding a Beyblade. He's not even flying fast through the air, he's crashing slowly on the ground. That's amazing. Okay. So I can get up to that way. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this room, Chad. Because, like, this I can do, but I feel like I need... Okay, I kind of understand, maybe? Nope. I'm going the wrong way. Hello? Link, please. Link, please. Chat. Chat. Woo! Yeah, that was not the timing. That's okay. We'll do it better. So I think I'm supposed to do a run and jump here? Ooh, can you do it? Like that. Uh-oh. But then I'm... Uh-oh. Is this right? Maybe? I can't see. Okay, that got me where I wanted to be. Oh, spinners. Fun. Ah, another one of these guys. Also fun, technically. When you can cheat by using explosions. It's not really cheating. That's famously what kills them. The letter D. This episode of Arbiter's Ground is brought to you by the letter D for duck, dodge, and die. Wait. Okay, so that is all of the things in this room. Then there's more up, and there's a chest on the way out on the first floor. Oh, chat. We have one more chest, and then it's boss time. I'm a little stressed about that. You barely even use it after this dungeon? Well, I can use it whenever I want to fight enemies, right? But I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's amazing is what it is. It's not as fast as moosh, but it's faster than walking. Oh, interesting. So I could just, like, ride it forever? All the time? Those spinner noises are kind of scary. I would like to get a better viewpoint than what I have right now, please and thank you. Oh. Okay. Interesting. But Kate Bloomer, I'm quite famously not good. I don't know if the timing is ever... What? Famously not good. Why were you going that way, Link? Yeah. Okay. Famously not good. I understood. I was trying to make him go in the correct direction. Link, babe, friend, please. Get better. Okay. Going away from dangerous. Come on! I think I need to start moving. Ah! Okay, I can't do it too fast. The button does not have an immediate response time. I'm learning, kind of. It's all about... This is a dramatic pause. It's a pause that's so dramatic that my bot tried to ban you for too many symbols and no letters. Timing! Ah! I almost had that. I knew I pressed it just a smidge too early. I was trying to figure out the timing. Okay. 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 It actually added to the joke, so it was worth it. Correct. So there is some timing on the first two spinners, I think. In my opinion. Time out and timing. Oh! Barely, but we got there. That's the hard bit, is that jump right near the end. Mexico! Hello, unicorn. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, Mexico. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for redeeming Let's Go to the Lobby, aka Eat Everything, which is a combination basically just for you. Which combines hydrate for 69 channel points, nice, dehydrate, seasonal candy, and non-seasonal candy. And I promised you last week, it's June, and I was not prepared for it to be June that fast, but I was reminded by one of my lovely friends, who happens to be a coworker and therefore was with me today at work. I was reminded it was June. So, the good news is, I have a rainbow. It's the first rainbow candy I could find. Literally rainbow strips. And the thing I'm excited about, I don't know if this is actually going to help the eating experience or not, but supposedly you can peel. So I can peel the rainbow. Happy Pride! Yes, thank you, Kate. Okay, the orange is extremely orange. There's a transformer coming out! Okay, that's the best thing I've ever heard. I did outbay the blades. Thank you for believing in me, everybody. I do not know what the green one tastes like. So, they have sour powder on them, which is definitely making me want to, like, pucker my cheeks in. But as usual, it's very sticky. But the orange tasted orange to me. I don't know if I can taste the green. This is very odd. Okay, that's some really cool lore, Kate. The yellow is lemon. That's so weird. I could not taste anything for the green past the sour. And so I don't know if it's lime or not. Okay. 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 So those are pretty yummy. And I am glad I actually tore them. Because even the individual strips are sour enough that I'm like feeling my muscles in the corner of my eyes spasm. So can you imagine if I just put that whole thing in my mouth without expecting it? Hilarious. And so thank you, Mexico, for letting me try one of those. Thank you also, and let's go to the lobby, for making sure I drink something. So I'm going to have my hydrate, 69 channel points, nice. This is mostly to help me swallow, because this is quite sour. And then, I think this is kind of funny. I have a fresh new bag of these babies. Because I do quite like me some Ruffles. And I do want to point out, they claim that they are even more flavorful now. That's too cute, Kate. I love hearing about these through you. I'm gonna lean that over there. This one's a big chip. Must be a big potato. It implies they've been holding on us. Do you know why it should upset you, Kate? They're not different. I don't know what they mean by even more flavor. This tastes the same. That's false advertising. That's what it is. Delightful. I love that. Thank you, Mexico, for making sure that I snack. And then, my non-seasonals. Wow, that just like fully reflected everything. I know it's only loosely a definition of candy, but I do like me some Tic Tacs. They make my breath better. There we go. And so now we continue. I believe there is a chest on the other side of this. Oh, that is an imposing chest. Boss fight. Oh, I remember this. I saw... Why does this... Okay, Poison Darthrog, I need you to look at this for me. Why is this so clearly the Tower of Barad-dûr in miniature? You can't time your meals right on a Wednesday? Listen, same. Ooh, theater popcorn. Being over an hour into the stream, the Nintendo Direct has been brought up. Well, sort of. Like, as a casualness. We did talk about the upcoming Ocarina of Time remake. I think communally, while we're reasonably excited about it, I think we're more excited at the potential for them remaking Majora's Mask within the same era, because I think that would be spectacular. I'm still waiting to see if, like, I want to see more of the gameplay, and I want to know what they're changing about it, because I like the game, you know? It's fine. A little bit more of Saruman's staff. Also fair. I'm just thinking like the red is really giving Eye of Sauron to me. RPG, thumb wrestling. Listen, I only watched the Pocopia update and the Ocarina of Time announcement. I didn't watch the rest of it because K Menzel knows what I care about. He watched the whole thing and then he gave me the highlights. The loud Zelda fans to be really angry. Listen, the Zelda fans in this chat have determined that we would love an old-fashioned Zelda, and so we'll take it as a remake. If they're not willing to build me a new one, I'll take a remake. Native Kingdom Hearts? Okay. He'd be partially blind. Okay, that's fair. It's rotating, and so I can pretend that it's always two and the other two don't exist. You guys built this tower all wrong. They're already upset there's no gameplay footage. Babes! They haven't written that part yet. Like, come on, just calm down. Let them man. Some communities don't deserve nice things. Yes, you know what, Loki? I think you're reading my mind here. I looked at this and viscerally imagined Sauron's helmet and then translated that into his tower because there was a giant glowing red eye at the top of that. I just have Lord of the Rings on the brain. That's what happens when you make it your identity of media watching for like 2 weeks. Child Link's head was clearly just adult Link's head on a child's body. That's hilarious. Do you know what's funny? I didn't really notice that. I'm gonna have to watch it again because I was looking at the hands and I was like, I'm very judgy about hands in art. It's not like I don't care about it, but it is one of the things that like really makes clear to me that something is fake. Hand movements are very much like they look fake when they're fake. Case in point, his hands look way more fake than his face, and his face is clearly two-dimensional texture on a 3D model, but his hands look super fake. And he's not like moving them, he's doing this with his arms. It's weird. And so I was looking at the hands, trying to determine whether or not I had any sort of belief in the realisticness of the modeling. I came out undecided. Oh! So they're basically Malo? Oh, right. Okay. And so I can just go back. I remember this room from the other side. I remember seeing this room and being like, right, yep, absolutely. Okay, so how do I get to the boss room? Where am I? I'm here. Okay. Nope. Link. Nope. Link. Babe. Link, you absolute piece of trash. Chat, he went the wrong way and I couldn't turn around. And so now I have to die to get out of this silly, silly room. I cannot be trusted with the direction. Oh, I crushed a skull. I understand. I cannot be trusted with the directionality of this. I want to go here, though, don't I? I am suddenly very suspicious of this spot in the floor. Rezzed up, especially if you could play first person. Interesting. I need to be able to not play first person, and so that does feel like a lot of coding. Yep. I don't know what's happening, but we're doing it. Wait, excuse me. Why is my spinner still in there and yet also here? I left it behind and yet... Oh my goodness. This is very upsetting. It's so creepy. And now I have to get to the middle, apparently. Oop. I do not have an empty bottle, so you will just be for helping me. Chat, how do you think we get onto that one? Do we jump from midway down? Good evening, Settle Down Beavis. Your legs are jelly? That seems unfortunate. Have you tried having legs with bones? Oh, you know what? You didn't say they didn't have bones. They're just jelly. Have you tried having legs of flesh? By preference, with bones. That's the kind of leg I would recommend. Bones are overrated. Solidly, yes. They really are. Okay, so I clearly can't jump through here. But I also clearly have to be on that platform and spinning it. You've never broken a bone, thus you have no proof that you have or need them. Hilarious. I know what I want to do, and this feels... I don't know how to do this. Anyways, if you're interested in sharing, which is totally up to you, no pressure. Are you, like, why are your bones jelly? I am immortal because no one has ever seen me die? Yep. That right there, that's some solid logic. Okay, so is there a gap? There is a gap, kind of, but I feel like I'm going to be going the wrong way. You ready to watch me make a few mistakes, chat? Ooh! Okay. Or we could watch me do that as though I knew what I was doing. How does that sound to everybody? Hello? Hello? This is what we do, right? We go in here. Why is it? Kate, that is what happens when I hold it. I am holding it. I am holding it and he stops. If I spam it, he does this. I know. The first thing I tried the first time was press and hold, and it did nothing, and I had to do this weird spammy thing. Is it because I've put it on the wrong button? The majority of your wives. Oh! All of them down to the basement, 35 pounds each. That is incredible. You, sir, are quite a gentleman. Maybe I need to spam faster. Have you tried getting good? Because, like, I hate this perspective. Eating... This is dumb. I've tried getting good, I just couldn't. Hilarious. I don't know if this is working or helping or anything. That was stupid. Game, I just complimented you for having a wonderful mini-boss fight. I take it back. That is very dumb. Like, that needed to be press and hold, and that feels like they miscoded it, you know? If that was press and hold, that would have been great. I also despise that you were correct. That was trash. Didn't get the success chime. Gotta do that more. Nintendo can fight me over this game. The same thing you already tried, but more. Like, I can feel that in my elbow, chat. No links here. Correct. No links in chat. Okay. So that was utter trash, but that does get us where we need to go. Please go up and not backwards, Link. Whoop. Okay. So, things that we need to remember. This is how I beat it. That is how I attack with it. This is how I leave. I am not going to remember this very well. Should I maybe use a different button? Because this is definitely the boss room. Obviously it's the boss room. I can see it's the boss room on the mini-map. We can see it's the boss room because of the boss key. I just say obvious things sometimes. That's fine. Just say obvious things. Yes, continue playing. I guess continue playing. Chat, do you think I can beat this boss in half an hour, sight unseen? A more expensive redeem, you have 20,000. That's fair. I could make the non-free hug worth 9,999. I shouldn't do that. That's very mean. Well, what would you want that to be? Because it's gotta be something... I could do a 10k redemption for, like, read a chapter of a book where we just stop playing the game and I read y'all something. 10k, play some Pocopia. Just stop. What have I got? I could read y'all The Wizard of Oz. I mean, that's weird. Why not? Why can't I read on Twitch? Mexico, thank you so much for redeeming Street. If it's a copyright infringement, you also can't play games on Twitch. This is, sure. Okay. So, the thing is, Kate, the Oz books are outside of copyright, so I would assume I can do whatever I want with them. But true, I should probably avoid reading copyrighted works if I'm doing that. Non-free Cynthia hug? That would be fun. I could make Cynthia hug the camera for a whole whack ton. Beavis, thank you so much for redeeming Elden Spring, formerly known as Sploosh, formerly known as Hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. I do also like non-free Cynthia hug. That's a great suggestion. And thank you as well, Saddle Don Beavis, for redeeming Kaboom! Otherwise known as Dehydrate. Get Cynthia to come out and hug the camera. Read Oz, but replace the names with Zelda characters, then it's fully transformative. That is also a phenomenal idea. Toto is Tattle. The Cowardly Lion is Tail. Oh, Moosh! I do not know that book, Kate Bloomer. It sounds Satirical? And we'll have to look it up. Okay. So. Every munchkin is Tingle. Oh my gosh, that's correct, though. Technically, it's a novella. That's fine. I do not judge that. Okay, do I have all the things that I need? Episode title? Non-free Cynthia hug. Possibly a redemption. So that's really what I was going for, chat. Was the pun? We'll see. I will think about it, Kate. For now. Okay, so what have we learned in this dungeon? We have learned that this dungeon likes us to have arrows, but not necessarily bombs, though anything with a skeleton may need a bomb. So depending on what this boss is like, I might need bombs. Let's hope not, because I don't have a lot. Or let's hope he drops bombs. Red Dead Redemption. Hilarious. So we've learned skeletons sometimes need bombs, but mostly this dungeon wants us to have arrows. We've learned that we have a Beyblade, and it is delightful. And we have learned that there are invisible things. That is fascinating. Kate Bloomer, I don't think I would leave. You say there's an extensive library? Fantastic. First book, first shelf. I'ma read it. Second book, first shelf. I'ma read it. Third book, first shelf. Like, I would just read the entire library, and anytime I got hungry, I'd be like, gimme something. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure that's the good place. Okay, so maybe invisible, maybe not. Maybe skeletal, maybe not. Almost definitely need the spinner, but don't know why. My suspicion based on this room, sorry, I should log this. My suspicion based on this room is the reason I need the spinner is because of quicksand. And so it's a navigation tool. I don't know. Like, we were told we can use the spinner to attack, and we haven't really done that. I mean, maybe that's because I haven't really done that, and maybe I should have. I wonder if I could have killed the Skelly boys with the spinner attack instead of bombs if I'd tried. I didn't try. I'm very nervous. I'm always nervous about bosses, chat. I'm always nervous about bosses. Okay. Ah, there's a pile. Oh. Oh, that looks like it could be a dragon, chat. It is atmospherically soup outside my domicile, Celadon Beavis. My hair was so straight when I left for work this morning. That's not entirely true, but like my hair doubled in size today. And then I had to brush it down. Like there was no dealing with the outside. Today was horrible. Weather-wise. Oh, she's just a short stay. Oh, she's just staying? Why did you tell her the food cart just gives you anything you ask? What do you mean she's asking for more books? Straight hair? Nurturing pride? Great point. That was my first mistake. Okay, so that thing is definitely gonna come to life. And there's definitely sand. And, like, it's cool and all that there's this rail, but it's not a rail, you know? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, except I'm scared. There's so much sand. It's probably coarse and rough. And it seems to be everywhere already. Oh, snap. You could just ask for a cake that has your book inside it. Okay, that's interesting. I might look that up because that seems like a curious exploration of some themes. I'm gonna have a zoomy track? Oh, that's good. I would like a zoomy track. I am afraid. Well, the worst that I can do is die. Oh, you are much less friendly looking the closer that I get. I wish you had a nose. Why do I have to... Ugh. Chat, why did I have to get so close? He does. Uh-oh. There's literally spines in his skull, and that dude is gonna wreck it. For I fear this is the last time I will see you alive! Oh, that was upsetting. I thought those were his fingers for a second, but they were tassels on his robe. That's much better than it could have been. Oh, the glowing red again. Chat, I think I might be the villain. Give me infinite food cards. Sir, I already don't run out of food. That would be pointless. Do I have to hit the, like, sword in his skull? Well, I'm terrified. I will give the skeleton the stab of resurrection. Twilight fossil. Okay. Ah, I see. Maybe. Hello? Am I even on the rail? Got to be. Can I hit you? I can hit your spine. Oh my. There are a lot. Whoa, and I'm just back on here? Okay. I can just break his spine, chat. Oh, up. Oh boy. Okay, fascinating. So now there are spinny things that are faster than me. Fascinating? He's got bodyguards. What do I do? How do I deal with those guys? Do I have to pinball them? Okay, I have not gotten really an opportunity to try anything. Ooh. I'm going the wrong way. Thank you. I want to get at his spine somehow. Ooh. Well, that's the wrong way. I genuinely don't know what it wants from me for hit 3. Like, I can avoid them, but I don't think I can fight them. I'm a chiropractor. I do be like that sometimes. Does anyone have a suggestion? Because I feel very limited by the quicksand. Okay, that time, you know what? Maybe they were dying when I was hitting them and I wasn't aware. Maybe I do just need to pin. Okay, I'm wondering if I like hit one on the edge and therefore didn't realize that they were dropping down and then got lucky and hit one in the middle. Or just nail the 7-10 split. I'm here for bowling. He's gonna be a lot shorter now. Oh, what a skull. He's... Oh, that's upsetting. Why is he furry now that he doesn't have a body attached? And why isn't there a heart piece? I think you're right, Beavis. I think there's a phase 2. Partially because these walls clearly are spinners now. Is there... How do I get on one? I'm not sure. But also partially because he didn't spawn a heart. Okay. Heart piece inside head. No. No. I guess the boss didn't, like, explode, which is a fairly normal thing. Like, the fact that there's remnants. Okay. Ah. Pull out the cool sword. I wish I had the cool sword. That's true. I should have tried pulling out the cool sword. Because it's still in his skull. You know what? We shouldn't have needed a phase 2. This is entirely my fault. Did he just smack me off? Okay. Oh. No thank you. Extra no thank you. Extra no thank you. Okay, that's my fault. Where? There it is. There it is. Okay. I think I understand the assignment now. We zoom in! Okay, so he's gonna come and try to shoot me, and I need to be better at jumping away when he does. And then I don't actually know what the goal is. Oh, I was a little late on that. That was better. Oh! Heck yeah. Can I have that sword, please? I would like that sword, please. May I have the sword, please? Uh-oh. I think the answer is no. At least not yet. 3 times? 2 times? There's spinnies now. I hate it. I do not like the addition of the spinnies. I will be entirely honest, chat. I do not like the addition of the spinnies. Hello. So the reason that he waits so long is that I do fall down a level every time. And so I need to be high enough. What practical function did this room have in the previous era? Like, when this guy lived here, what was this room for? Like, before he became a skeleton. Blaze it. Let her rip. Okay, I don't know how I got here, but I should probably move away. Oh! Guys, I don't get to keep the cool sword. That's very rude. I wanted the cool sword. I guess I'll take the hard piece. Here is what I would like to imagine, Settle Down Beavis, as the answer to your question. Because this is clearly a tomb buried in sand, lost to time, but it didn't have to be sand-based initially. And so what I like to imagine, based a little bit on his shape, is that that monster was in fact a sea creature, and this was his pond. And so this used to be a containment unit for a lot of water. But when the creature died, the water eventually evaporated. Sure, why not? Let's just allow. And then it filled with sand, and he decomposed and blah, 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 blah. And so now he doesn't really need it. But I like to imagine this was a pool. A nice little lake. The revival stabber had the heart container in it. Neat. Does that mean that whatever his name is uses life force to power his evil? Because that sounds upsetting. Maybe the cool sword was the hearts we gained along the way. Yeah, maybe. I'll still take this. Even though it's not a cool sword. I guess I'll take it. Once again, it is prompting me if I want to save, and that makes me extremely nervous. I don't remember it doing that before the back half of the game. Before the twist. I am at the top of Arbiter's grounds, and there is music. But the stairs, they go that way. Apparently? Okay, this is the mirror chamber. Okay, so I can- oh, that's cool. I can ride up the snake lady. So I can spin... Sorry, I can't spin? I think I just had a mini heart attack because I was not expecting that. Hello. Could I please? Oh, there's another one right there. Upsetting. What the heck is going on? Hello? Okay, so I need to get... Oh. I need to get the last two together. Those guys freak me out. I don't like it when they're that aggressive. I do suppose I like having a portal here. Maybe? Is here very important? Seems like it might be. I just had like several little shocks to my system. Because one, I was not expecting those things to fall from the sky. And then two, when I was like, oh no, they're gonna attack me. I need to move over here and turn into a wolf. When I pressed the wolf button, it pivoted my camera this way, and there was just one right in front of me that I was about to run into. And then three, they don't typically aggro on me like that. Like in previous iterations of fighting those particular types of creatures, they've been fairly slow moving, and those ones were aggressive. They were like, I am running at you, and that was upsetting, because it does take me time to charge that attack. We could make these spinning devices you ride along special lines in order to go up place. Or we could make stairs. My first thought genuinely was, are they gonna make me cut these chains? Oh, the snake. Very toothy. Oh. Well, I did land correctly. And once again, press and hold. Not it. So. Oh, are the chains hold? This is spectacular and also low-key terrifying. Uh-oh. That looks like a broken mirror. And what is that? Chat, I will do what Midna asks me to, but I am very uncomfortable with the idea that I might be unchaining that thing. Yep. I did in fact notice that it was broken. Uh-oh, she angry. Midna angry. And now mourning, but that's okay. I will fix your mirror for you. Sweetie, don't worry. I will fix it. Glowing people. A dark entity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. Yes, we know. That's what the twilight is for. It was for putting evil and dark. Why is that one broken? Angie Mitty. You who are guided by fate, you who possess the crest of the goddess, hear us. At the command of the goddesses, we sages have guarded the Mirror of Twilight since ancient times. You seek it, but the Mirror of Twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses. His name is... Ganondorf. I was really looking forward to having a new big bad, but I guess I'll take the same old. So Ganon broke a mirror. 7 years bad luck. This guy again. Very funny. Genuinely, what I was thinking though, probably because the Ocarina of Time remake has come up a couple of times, the 7 years bad luck is clearly the 7 years of Link aging that allowed him to defeat Ganon. He broke this mirror in Twilight Princess and as a result lost an Ocarina of Time. I'm convinced that that's related. This guy again. Again! Okay, thanks for the reveal, Mr. Sage. He was the leader of a band of thieves who invaded Hyrule in the hopes of establishing domain. Thanks for moving that away. Over the sacred realm, he was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder renowned for his ruthlessness. Nice horse, though. But he was blind. I feel like you mean metaphorically. In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger, and thus was he exposed, subdued, and brought to justice. Oh no, he's on the slab. Look at how cool that sword is! Okay, if I get that cool sword for letting Ganon out, I'll do it. Yet. You gotta wonder how he always gets a piece of the Triforce. Because the Triforce is like... I mean, I do sort of understand it, but I'm also like, come on, Triforce. By some divine prank, yep, he too had been blessed with the chosen power of the gods. It does feel like a prank, man. Why does he always get one of it? That creates the problem. He's gonna... Wow, terrifying. Needlessly scary. I don't love the nightmares. Okay, so they tried to imprison him with the power of the gods using the sword, and it didn't work because he too had the power of the gods. And so then they tried to imprison him using the power of the gods in the mirror, which is the same power because it sucked up the sword, and that was fine, but he murdered a sage, and now the mirror doesn't work because they need a sage. That's what I'm assuming is happening. His abiding hatred and lust for power turned to purest malice. What a line! Having a piece of the Triforce makes you immortal? I feel like all my death in this game should be retconned. Joke's on you, Poison Darth Frog. I haven't technically died? I do lose a lot of health, though. But I don't think I've died yet. Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant. You're just now figuring out where Zant got his power? It's far too late. See this right here. This energy is why I love Midna. She needs a page in the book of times that I was right and no one listened. Like, she's sitting here being like, yeah, duh? Y'all sages are over here talking like that's a big reveal. That was my starting information. How did it take you this long to get on my page? Thank you. You're just now figuring that out. I love that. Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the Mirror of Twilight, so Zant could merely break it into pieces. Oh, I guess because Midna's probably the true... So... So, Midna's clearly the true leader. The lore of this mirror is kind of blowing my mind. Because basically, they're saying they threw Ganon into the mirror. And at some point, because they were using it for all their worst criminals, at some point, a race of people developed out of it. And so this kind of reminds me of the Gerudo in Ocarina of Time, where, like, there's one man born every century, and he's the chosen one or whatever, and that's Ganon. And so, like, sure, we now have the Twilight, but Ganon is somehow not, like, present with them, but he can pass on his power, and so probably Midna's younger brother or some jazz, someone who felt passed over for being in charge, like, took some of that power and decided to break the mirror to let Twilight out. But where's Ganon now? Like, this is, for all that this is a story that has lots of twists and turns that I can't predict, part of the reason that I can't predict them is that I'm not 100% sure this is comprehensive lore. You know? Like, it feels as though we're just enjoying the twists, and I'm not sure if it holds together yet. I need more information. Enemies be like, "Aw, man, this kid's immortal. Guess I should start his body and just throw him back a room and maybe he won't come back here." The reason you always start back at the doors, they're like, "Just leave. I know you'll get me eventually. Just go." I don't know, Beavis. Ask Ocarina of Time. That's amazing. Like, they say it in the lore of that game or something. Maybe it's once a generation. I don't care. But it's like, and he has to be our leader because he's the boy. I'm like, girl, haven't you heard of feminism? Anyway, I'm not like that. I was like, ugh, of course, and he's a bad guy this time, so he's gonna blah, blah, blah. Like, I bought into the story in Ocarina of Time, but now I'm like, excuse me. Why are the... Anyways. Once broken by magic, the Mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land of Hyrule. Okay, so the first collectathon was the pieces of armor, which Zant then stole. And now we're collecting pieces of the mirror. And what's going to happen when we put that mirror together is that we're going to let Ganon out. Obviously. Like Pokemon? I don't know if they established that or not, but that seems to be the only way that it could possibly work. Okay, so there's a piece in Snowy Mountain Heights. There's a piece in an ancient grove. That one's going to be awful. And there's one in the sky. If it's Immaculate Conception, the Gerudo have way more Jesuses than anyone. Males are shiny. The Gerudo are Pokemon and the men are shiny. Okay, so I don't know how to get to the sky. But there's 3 more pieces of mirror. And apparently I must be prepared for a dangerous power resides in these fragments. Listen, babe, I've been doing dangerous power since the start of this thing. You do not need to worry about me. Okay, so once again, the prompt to save after a boss fight is very much because they're about to lore drop me. This is what we've learned. Because that is the second time. Like, there's no way that isn't the stone slab. This is too creepy. This is too creepy for existence. Why is this game so creepy, chat? Why can't it just be normal? Once again, I am very much enjoying the story for all its strengths and weaknesses. I did like the Beyblade. Gotta be real. The Beyblade was awesome, and I'm very disappointed that they don't bring back rails. I will, however, ride that thing as often as I can manage it because it seems delightful for just busting through a bunch of enemies. Like, absolutely. You're gonna throw some enemies in front of me? Beyblade. Let her rip. I am down for that. So I hope that I remember. It is officially going to be my R button until I have to move it. There's probably side quests, but wow. Like, the story in this game is making me care so much less about the individuals in the world. I'm like, side quests? Never met her. I just want to know what's going on with Midna. Nintendo after Ocarina of Time. What if that mini dungeon, but an entire game? Correct. What if the creep factor of Majora's Mask dialed up to 11. Just, what if we could alienate our entire player base by making them afraid all the time? That's probably not true for the entire player base. Like, I think I'm particularly susceptible to this kind of thing, and so I don't really like it, but that doesn't mean that people in general don't really like it. There's been loads of people who pop into this chat to say that this is their favorite Zelda game, and that's entirely valid. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in this game. I just hate the enemy design so much because it's always creepy, and everything about the atmosphere of this game is designed to make me feel creeped out, which is awful. But you know what? We made it through Arbiter's grounds. We used bombs to avoid a lot of the scary fights, and I would do that again. I would absolutely do that again. But this, okay, I didn't hate the boss fights in this dungeon. I didn't even hate the ridiculous actual boss fight, despite it being two phases that had nothing to do with each other, and despite the spinnies, and despite the rails kind of not making sense. And especially despite the fact that I couldn't just press and hold R. Ridiculous. R is for ridiculous. But I actually reasonably enjoyed both of those boss fights. Like, we had the information that we needed. Mostly, still don't know what was going on with the Skelly Boys on hit 3 to the spine. But we got there. We got the 7-10 split, and it was okay. And I didn't feel like I was getting penalized for not really understanding. I think that's the difference for that, both the mini boss fight and the boss fight. I didn't feel like I was getting punished for not understanding what to do. And so like that helped. And I often feel like I'm getting punished because often the boss fight attacks or the damage winds up being like a long, teeny cutscene. And you have to wait, and you're like, what am I learning from that? This stream was off the rails. Except you already named the stream. Poison Darth Frog. You already named it. Off the rails would be a good one. But in COG, Neato is better. Both are great. Both are great puns. Okay, we are... Oh, I see a couple of people. That's very interesting. So I do see Fiend is playing Donkey Kong 64. But do please note, there are other folks live that we know. And so if you follow any of them, like Angry Angel or Palagen, they are also live. We're probably going to raid Fiend anyway, because I have not been paying attention to DK64, and I would like to learn something about it. So, we're gonna go visit the Dragon Fiend. Boop, 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 boop. Voila. There is a raid message in chat if you want it. You can pick it up and drop it off there. Fully up to you. Fiend is a lovely Canadian streamer, and so I love just kind of passing folks in that direction anytime I can, anytime I see her live. And she's playing DK64, which is Nintendo, so why not? Let's continue the Nintendo. Thank y'all so much for stopping by tonight. I was much less exhausted. Things are going way better professionally. It's leaving me with more space to like be okay at home. So the last couple weeks have been fairly tired, but this week I was feeling better, so it was really lovely to have all y'all here. All y'all here. Let's pronounce our words when we speak, or let's not. Whatever you're feeling. Lovely to have y'all here, and I hope that you enjoyed the second half of this dungeon. It is probably one of my favorite dungeons, despite the terrifying animated skeletons. There's a lot of good in it. But anyway, we'll see where we go next, because apparently we're gonna get cold. Snow Peak. So we'll see where we go next time. I do stream Wednesday night 7 p.m. So same time, same place next week, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. I expect to be here again continuing the game, and I hope to see you. But even if I don't, hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, a wonderful rest of your week, and a wonderful weekend. And as always, till I see you next time, keep it cute. Bye.